and our regional president, Dr. Julius B. Manikden, for the welcoming remarks. Please help me to welcome our Dr. Julius B. Manikden.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jimmy Vergara, and greetings to all my dear brothers and sisters, to all our great leaders in Heavenly Asia Pacific, especially this time, Dr. and Mrs. Kittle, our 21 chair, and also hopefully President Hori will also be here later on, our regional president. And actually today is the birthday also of the wife of our regional president, and also she is also our vice president in Heavenly Asia Pacific, Mrs. Mori Kohori. So we are celebrating her birthday also today. Greetings to all the sub-regional presidents who are here, all the national leaders, CheonBo victors, challengers, all our leaders, brothers and sisters joining us, not only in Heavenly Asia Pacific. I see also some members of our members from other regions also joining us, like in Korea, Japan, also in America. So welcome to our 125th CheonBo Monday gathering. And this has been a tradition every Monday evening for all of us to come together and then learn from each other, be encouraged from the breakthroughs as well as the challenges and all the victories of all our brothers and sisters. Since we celebrated last time the 100th CheonBo Monday Club meeting, at that time I remember President Hori recommended, of course, we can listen to the testimonies of our CheonBo families and victors, but why not we also include testimonies of our young leaders, especially those who are in the public mission and have contributed in the advancement of the providence. So first and second generation youth leaders, we also have been listening to their testimonies, right? So far, since the time that we started listening to the testimonies from our second gens, especially how they, break through also in their life of faith and then started dedicating themselves and offering themselves for public mission. So it's actually doubly inspiring for many of us when we listen to our young people, and then we can find and see hope in the future, especially that our true mother really pays a lot of attention to the growth and the development of our young leadership. So that's why she invested so much, she invested a lot, and then introduced a lot of activities, programs to support the development of the leadership from among our young generation. So that's why today actually we will be listening to the testimony of one of our youth leaders in the Philippines, our sister Christine Rose Bulayo from Visayas in the Philippines. And she also just recently attended the 21 days Asia Pacific Yeonjong workshop in Korea, in Chongpyeong, and continued until the additional 21 days to finish 40 days workshop in Chongpyeong. So I'm sure that all of us will be inspired with her life testimonies, especially also she is one of the leading like a young generation of sisters, youth who are, of course we have brothers also, promising young leaders, but she's the promising young leader from among our sisters. So that's why we're so grateful for her, that we can listen to her life testimony today. Actually, this time, President Hori just finished his first visit of the Central Asia sub-region. So he went there a week ago, September 10, and then visited first Kazakhstan. So he went to the capital of Kazakhstan, and then there was a CheonBo event that took place there. Also, our branch president of CheonBo, Asia Pacific, Reverend Inchun Kim, also went there, and also Reverend Yun Chanok, of course, sub-regional president of Central Asia, was there with him. And so it was a great time that for the first time, President Hori can meet many of our blessed families. In fact, he could not only the CheonBo event, but he could have time joining the Cheonshimwon with our blessed families there, with our members there, then also having meals with them. So it was great blessing for our Central Asia members. Then after Kazakhstan, he went to the next Central Asian nation, which is where's that? Uzbekistan, and then after Uzbekistan, he went to Tajikistan. So anyway, this sometimes it's not easy to spell out this Central Asian nation's name. But yeah, he just finished. He now, hopefully, I think he arrived already in Japan because it's a long travel. From Tajikistan, he would travel back to Kazakhstan, and then from Kazakhstan, travel to Incheon in Korea, and then Korea to Japan. So that kind of it's like the whole day traveling. Yesterday and then today. So hopefully he will be with us. But anyway, brothers and sisters, not yesterday, last Monday, President Hori could join us, and actually he actually laid out again some of the main points that True Mother has emphasized. And yeah, I would like to just briefly share that summary because this summary actually, he again repeated last Monday during our CheonBo meeting. And he said that we need to focus on what True Mother wanted to focus. Of course, we can do many things as blessed families and as CheonBos. We are thinking of doing many things, but most importantly, how we can substantially unite with True Mother. And when we say unity with True Mother, that means we focus on the focus of True Mother. So it's something like that. So, and then President Hori laid out these three main points. Number one is to unite with the Cheonwon-gong Providence. So it's not only that, okay, so April next year, 2025, will be the entrance ceremony in the Cheonil Sanctum in Cheonwon-gong. Yeah, we know that. But the point is, how much can we unite with the seriousness of this event, of the historical meaning of this event? So that's why President Hori said we need to understand more deeply the how this will impact the providence from that time on, because this means like realization, completion of God's dream that true parents have promised, especially True Mother promised to accomplish this while she is still with us. And then with this kind of heart of True Mother of offering and completing the Cheonil Sanctum, Cheonwon-gong, and opening it, how about our blessed families? So we need to connect with this heart, with True Mother, centering on our Hyojong. And then when we unite with the heart of True Mother, automatically we will think, what can I offer? Because Hyojong means I want to make my parents happy. I want to do something that will make my parents happy. That means true parents and heavenly parents. Then we cannot just relax, right? Because yeah, what is this something that we will offer? It could be, citizens of Cheonilguk through our witnessing. We can bring more blessing candidates for the cosmic blessing. It can be all of us, doing some activation of our inactive members, visiting them, helping in the pastoring. It can be anything, but something that we can emanating from our Hyojong. That can be also like our donation for the completion of Cheonwon-gong. Did my family already complete at least the minimum condition of donation or not yet? If not, then I need to do something. I still have 7 months to go before April 2025. So this kind of unity with True Mother in our hearts, with all blessed families. Unity in the heavenly heart and true heart. And then the second one that President Hori emphasized is now True Mother is really focusing on the Christian providence. And the concept of Christianity for True Mother is not our humanistic way of looking at Christianity as just one religion. Because if we have that kind of concept, then we are still very far from True Mother's concept of Christianity, being, the leading providential, no, group that should support the completion of the providence. So that's why centering on this Christian providence, the revival of Christianity, Mother, True Mother emphasize focusing on the heavenly top gun, right? So now they are leading in some of our nations to revive youth witnessing. And I'm happy to see also the will of many of our leaders really doing something how to revive our foundation for youth witnessing, because we know that because of the COVID-19, pandemic, and then many of our youth foundation, we lost it. So now how we can reclaim and revive those foundations. So, and then also President Hori emphasized the Christian culture of praise service using choir and music ministry. So we have to learn, and then we have to do this also incorporate in our worship service, in our Sunday service. So that's why he recommended, as Mother mentioned, like even it started, the competition of the Chanyang, the songs of praise competition. And then at the same time also how we can teach the essence of heavenly parents and true parents, centering on CheonBo Moron, the true parents theology or theory. So that's why, for example, in the Philippines, this time, of course, not in only in Philippines, in Asia Pacific, Dr. Kittel is actually working together with President Hori to develop this step-by-step lecture contents on how to teach true parents theology in a Christian way with a Christian audience. And only last week we could have this lecture, and then in that lecture it's actually about second coming, but the title is the Lord returns. And it's, if some of you could not hear yet that content, then you can check in the YouTube. I think it's available in YouTube. So Dr. Kittel already finished giving this lecture to the Christian clergies up to lecture 4. So he divided the lecture 4 into part 1, part 2. So 3 more lectures to complete. So, and then finally, everybody has to focus on the focus of True Mother, that is substantial church growth. Centering on family federation, how we can create a stronger family federation. That means church. Of course, we can do other activities, but most importantly, how these activities can connect with substantial church growth. So that's why since many of our leaders are here, please always ask yourself, if I do this activity, how can it help in substantial church growth? How can it help in witnessing, in raising up many citizens of CheonLgo? So we always have to connect with that. So it's not only creating environment and then finish. Creating environment for what? To realize substantial CheonLgo, multiplying citizens of CheonLgo, witnessing, and then how to connect them with the blessing. So we always have to ask this kind of question. And then of course, when we talk about substantial CheonLgo, then there should be not only citizens, not only territory, not only sovereignty, but the culture of CheonLgo. That's why Mother again emphasized about importance of developing praise, even arts, the painting, and then heavenly Hyojong tradition, how we can establish this one. So based on these 3 main points, we have to know the focus of True Mother. And then all of us in this 7 months course, we can call it like a 7 months course. We need to always think of based on these points and then move forward, and then we can all together offer substantial victory. And then really, when we have the opening ceremony, then all of us can celebrate, together with our beloved True Mother. So let's have a great Monday meeting today, and let's all be inspired. And let's move forward with this kind of heart. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much to our sub-regional president of Southeast Asia, Dr. Julius B. Manikdem, for that very important welcoming remarks again, and reminding to us again the birthday of our Samonin Mrs. Muriko Puri, and also congratulating our President Masaicho Puri for making the first trip to the Central Asia. And thank you again for the wisdom, especially for reminding to us the emphasis of what President Uri on the importance of the Chunwon Gung providence, the Christian providence, and also bringing substantial church growth in the time as we are not nearly approaching for 2025. So once again, let us express our gratitude to Dr. Julius B. McDem for that very warm, welcoming remarks for this meeting. Thank you, Sir Julius. Now we are going to receive also the opening message by the couple of our 21 chairman of our Heavenly Asia Pacific. So please help me and put our hands together to welcome our Dr. Robert and Tita Tricia Kittle for their opening message.
Thank you, Heine, and everyone. Let me check. You can hear. Yep, you can hear me. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 125. Amazing number. We're really 125. That's more than 2 years, right? Because there's 52 weeks in a year. We do this every week. So we're well into our, into our third year of doing this. So congratulations to all of us for this. It's really, really wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Julius, for your summary remarks. They're always clear and to the point. I love those three areas. Unite with True Mother on the Chunwon Gun Providence, Christian really moving forward on Christianity and church growth. This morning, my wife and I met one of the spiritual children that we're working with. His name is Ben Thatcher. He's a British student doing doctoral studies here in the Philippines. And my wife just returned, and it's kind of like she was the one that contacted him first, but we've gone through the whole series of the principle. So this morning we gave him the lecture that we gave last Tuesday to the Asia Pacific, the PCLC, the Pacific Christian Leadership Clergy. Let me just give some numbers on that so that we've got a good perspective of what really happened. There were 771 participants for that Pacific Christian Leadership Seminar. It's not a fellowship. Fellowship is more interactive, a couple of speakers, more reflections, but this was a seminar, not a fellowship. So there was one speaker, and that was me. And 771 participants. There were 18 clergy, and thanks to Ursula McLaughlin in Thailand, there were 2 new clergy. So we are growing. And this is important because they're getting a very strong Christian message filled with both the content of the original principle and also Mother's additional, parents' theology. So we are able to teach the second coming based on the guidance and direction that True Mother is teaching us using the Bible. And I've had some very positive feedback from that. I'm happy about that. One other thing that I am working on, to be brief with it, but I think it's critically important, is to explain what is the foundation of faith and foundation of substance for the only begotten daughter. The principle explains the foundation of faith and substance for the Messiah. But what about the only begotten daughter? So I've been working on that recently, and I'll just try to be very brief, but it centers on Jacob's family, as does the foundation for the Messiah. So both of them are taking place within Jacob's family. And in this case, it's Rachel and Leah. And the younger daughter, Rachel, is really in the subject position. Her faith, you can go back and read in the Bible, or I can send you a PowerPoint presentation, but her faith in God was tested 4 times. First, her own father deceived her on her wedding night after she waited 7 years and switched brides. But Jacob complained to, Jacob complained to Laban and said, what have you done? But we don't see Rachel complaining. It's not because she wasn't hurt. She was probably hurt more than Jacob, but she doesn't say anything. After all, Laban is her father, and he did this. He deceived her, and he deceived Jacob. But she doesn't say anything. She kept faith in her father through this time period. She didn't leave him. She didn't complain. She didn't walk out. She didn't talk back. She just kept faith. I still honor my father. And that really fulfills the filial love, the first of the four realms of heart. Secondly, Rachel goes to her husband, Jacob, after Leah, the other wife, has four children. And then Rachel says, what happened here? Anyway, we got some, what is that? What is happening in the background? Well, anyway, okay. Then Rachel says to her husband, Jacob, please give me a child, otherwise I will die. So she's saying, more than my life, I want to be a mother. And that's correct. Jacob replied, blaming Rachel for her own infertility. He said, am I God? I didn't withhold the fruit of your womb. That's God's responsibility, not mine. So her own husband blamed her for her own infertility. Again, she didn't talk back. She didn't, criticize him. She just found another way around that. I don't have time to go into that, and that's not the point here. The third way her life of faith was tested was through her sister, Leah. And she says very clearly in the Bible, I wrestled with and I prevailed over my sister. So she restored siblings' love. She's now restored three loves: the filial love with her father, the conjugal love with her husband, Jacob, and now the sisterly love, siblings' love with her own sister. Then she struggles with motherhood itself. And she ends up getting pregnant and having first Joseph and then Benjamin. So she struggled and gained her life of faith in four different realms of heart. She restored that. Then afterwards, God tells Jacob to leave Haran, and it's Rachel now that takes the lead. Before that, Leah was the elder sister, but now Rachel takes the lead. She steals the idols. The same way Jacob stole the birthright, Leah steals the idols. She's not stealing something in the traditional concept. She's restoring the dominion of God. Satan stole from God, and now somebody on the heavenly side is restoring that position. And so she's leading after this point. So she restores the foundation of faith and the foundation of substance. That's the short version of it. But what it means is that there is a foundation for our true mother to be born as the only begotten daughter. And that's a very substantial, biblically based, principally based foundation. And Mother explains the effect of that. She doesn't explain the theology. She's not a theologian. That's kind of our responsibility. But Mother explains the effect of that. And what is that? From a very young age, I could communicate with God. I didn't need to be taught about God. I could communicate with God from a very young age, the same way Jesus could. And so she stands in this position as the only begotten daughter, and it's solidly biblical, solidly principled, and it really helps to defend and protect our true mother for the position that she stands on. So, it's a longer version. If you'd like it, it's available. But that's kind of in the nutshell what we're doing, what we're looking at and trying to move forward in this area. So thank you very much. I'll let my wife say a few words. She can say more than a few words, right? Next time she should speak first. I tell her that and she always says, no, I should speak first. But anyway, she should speak now.
Thank you. Greetings to Presentory and all leaders and all CheonBo victors and CheonBo challengers and all brothers and sisters. And I'm looking forward to Christine Bularia's message today. She really stood out in the 21-day Top Gun workshop. I could see her on the screen many times. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to all the couple of our 21, the Chairman Dr. Robert and Tita Tricia Quito, for always your precious words and guidance, especially learning from Dr. Quito. We really miss learning the divine principle, especially through parents' theology. That's why we really love listening to you, especially on the PCLC lectures. Thank you again and congratulations. So let's move forward for PCLC, more participants for the next meeting. So with that, thank you again. Let's express our gratitude to our 21 Dr. Robert and Tita Tricia Quito for that very precious opening message. And now I think we are now set, ready to receive the testimony and the best practices fresh from Korea, one of the graduates of our Hyujung Rang workshop. And we are very fortunate to have her with us to share her testimony and also her realization, especially her experience in Korea and joining with the Hyujung Rang and also with the performance that they have shown to our beloved true mother. So without further ado, I would like to invite our young leader, Miss Christine Rose Bulayo, to share her testimony and her reflections in her experience in Korea. Let's welcome our sister Christine Rose Bulayo.
Yes, so first of all, I would like to extend my greetings to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good evening, Heavenly Parents and True Parents, and good evening to our Asia Pacific leaders, to our President Hori, to our Dr. Robert and Tita Teresa Quito, Dr. Joyus, Dr. Jaime and Tita Shirley Vergara, Sir Ronnie, Tita Dulce, and all of the leaders who are here, all of our CheonBo victors, CheonBo challengers, elders, brothers, and sisters. I'm sorry, maybe my signal is not good and you cannot hear me well, but I prepared a video for everyone, and I am truly honored and grateful that I'm able to share a little bit of my journey to you. I know I'm still on the beginning part of my life of faith, but I am truly grateful to everyone, especially to all of the leaders, because you are one of the big help that I have grown a lot and have come to know more about our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. And I hope as you watch this testimony and this reflection, I hope it will inspire you and hopefully it will bring you joy and happiness for the day. So once again, thank you so much to everybody behind this CheonBo meeting, and I hope that everybody will have a good night. Thank you so much. Good evening to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good evening to our respected leaders, CheonBo victors, CheonBo challengers, brothers and sisters. I am deeply honored to be here with you tonight and share a piece of my journey. So this year, I have received overwhelming love and blessings from our Heavenly Parent and True Parents, and I hope that sharing my story can inspire even a fraction of the joy and grace I experienced. I am Christine Rose Bulayo. I am 25 years old. I love cats, and I graduated with a degree in computer engineering, and I am from Bohol, Philippines. This is my beautiful family. So I received True Parents 2018. My parents got blessed 2020. And I also got blessed this year, 2024. And I could declare that my life has experienced a profound transformation through the new life that this journey of faith brought me. Currently, I serve as the Secretary General of the Women's Federation for World Peace Asia Pacific 1. And I would like to call my faith journey my first 7-year course. I first encountered the movement in 2017 when I participated in the Mr. and Miss Pure Love pageant. And I could say a crown changed my life. Shortly after, in 2018, I attended a 7-day Divine Principle workshop. I remember the intense impact of those lectures, each one peeling away layers of misunderstanding and bringing me closer to the heart of Heavenly Parents and to True Parents' teachings. However, one question weighed heavily on my heart. Is Reverend Moon still alive? During that time, I was so heartbroken to learn that Father ascended to the spirit world. As a devout Catholic, I had always yearned to meet Jesus in his second advent, and never let him face crucifixion again. I used to pray that if I could even just touch the hem of his garment. But now, during that lecture, hearing that the second coming had already passed away, I was filled with regret for not having met true Father when he was still on earth. Yet my heart found solace in knowing that true Mother was still with us. Though back then I didn't fully grasp the depth of true Mother's value. But in 2019, I had the incredible blessing to visit Korea and participate in the Global Top Gun Youth. That's when I met true Mother in person. At that moment, I felt an indescribable love, a love that anchored my heart and spirit. I knew then that there was no turning back. Meeting true Mother was the turning point that solidified my determination to dedicate my life to this mission. And then shortly after that, I had a dream. In my dream, I saw true Father lying beside Hong Jinim, which I didn't yet recognize during that time since I'm still in my second year in my life of faith. Both of them were in heavenly robes, and in that dream, I gently touched Father's face and robe, and I felt as if this was my symbolic moment of touching Jesus through his second coming and becoming or being entrusted with a mission. And through that dream, it was like heaven's way of fulfilling my dream of attending Jesus, and it confirmed my purpose to support our true mother on earth. So since then, my journey has been filled with growth, love, purpose. So I joined women's fed events and W Corp events, and I helped in university tours for pure love education and the 10K Heroes movement. And I also was able to help in blessing events in Bohol, contributing to many CheonBo victors because we have a lot of HTM partners here in Bohol. And these experiences have been deeply fulfilling for me, and it brought me immense joy. And I'm just truly grateful that I'm in that. So, inspired by True Parents Love, I began witnessing in 2020. So, as president of a youth organization, I invited my peers to participate in family days, peer love lectures, and holy days. Some of them attended 7-day workshops. However, this led to persecution from our local community. What happened was that the elders of our barangay summoned us and criticized the movement. Some even threatened me with excommunication from the Catholic Church. But despite the hurtful words and opposition, I stood firm. I remember standing before them and just simply saying, "Thank you and I love you." And it was a test of faith for me, but it also became a turning point. The strength of our biological and spiritual family and the unshakable support from the movement allowed us to overcome these challenges. I am proud of these young people who stood beside me. They remain resilient and are still growing in their faith today. One of them has already been blessed, and the rest are working on their matching profiles with hopes of receiving the blessing in 2025. Shortly after, in 2021, I was appointed as Secretary General for the WWP Asia Pacific One. And one of the events that I cannot forget in 2021, in my fourth year of mission, was that when Philippines was hit by Typhoon Odette. In Bohol, there were no electricity for more or less 3 months, and yet we were able to provide relief operations to our blessed families and our partner schools and organizations in the affected areas in Bohol. So in 2022, we launched a youth-led organization. So because of the wrath of the super typhoon that we experienced, we focused on the Organization on Climate Adaptation Initiative, also Pure Love Education, and Raising Incorruptible Global Leaders. And that's how we reach out to the young people. Also in 2023, I had the privilege to train in WWPI's New York office, so which opened my eyes to the vast challenges the world still faces. So there's still a lot that we need to do if we want to restore at least third of the population of the world. Yet I was still filled with because True Mother is here and that there's so much that we can do, especially starting with ourselves. Also in 2023, in my sixth year, the announcement of changes in the church and the realization of True Mother as the only begotten daughter were